The problem we are going to see today is maximum subarray sum. First, just quickly recall what is a subarray. For this array, this is one of the subarray. This is also one of the subarray. In general, a subarray is a part of an array which has contiguous elements. Even a whole array or a single element is also a subarray. But this is not a subarray because they are not contiguous. Now, getting back to the problem. We need to find the sum of the subarray which has maximum sum. So for this array, a subarray which has the maximum sum is a whole array. So the answer will be the sum of this whole array, which is 63. You may think always the answer will be the sum of the whole array, but if you consider this example, and the subarray which has the maximum sum is this subarray or the single element or the single positive element in an array. So the answer will be 1. We only need the sum of the subarray as the maximum sum. We do not need the elements. Suppose we have 5 here, the answer will be 6 and not 5 comma 1. Now how to find this? The most straightforward solution that comes to our mind is to find all possible subarray of the given array and to find sum of each one and get the maximum of it. But the big issue of this solution is it takes so much of time and takes time complexity big of n squared. Now let's see how to optimize it. Now we are going to see the dynamic programming approach of this problem. I'll cover the basics of the dynamic programming in another video. The main idea of the dynamic programming is not about memorization or building DB tables, but identifying the subproblems. So once you identify the subproblem, then it will be just a matter of time to finish this problem. Whenever we see such kinds of problems, we need to try to figure out the subproblem hidden in it. Now let's see how to find the subproblem in this problem. Assume we have only one element in the array. If we have only one element in the array, then obviously the answer will be that element or -1 in this case. Now what if we have another element in the array? Let's analyze. Now just ask yourself what may be the possible solutions are. Remember, we need to find the maximum sum. The possible solutions here are adding the sum already we have with the new number or taking the new number directly. Since we need the maximum sum and 2 here is the maximum, we can take this 2. Or in another example, if we have 5 in the sum already we have and 3 as the new number, and the possible solutions are adding the 2 number or taking the new number directly. So here adding the 2 number is maximum. Or in another example, if we have -2 in the sum already we have and 1 in the new number. In this case, adding the new number is smaller than taking the new number directly. Have we found anything here? Yes. Whenever there is a negative number in the sum already we have taken the new number directly. Yes. Whenever we add a negative number with any number, the resultant number will be smaller than the new number. So, since we need only the maximum value, whenever there is a negative number in the sum already we can't add. In that case, we have to take the new number directly. Since we have a negative number in the sum already we can take this 2 directly. Now we have a new number. Now we have a positive element in the array or the sum already we have. So we are adding. Once again we have a positive number in the sum already we have. So we add again. Instead of adding this 2 with -1, we can directly put 2 here. Then the answer here will be 5. If we do that, then we are violating the rule of subarray, because this 5 comes from adding these two elements 2 and 3. This is not a subarray. We can't ignore the new element 1. We can add that new element with the sum already we have, or we can take that new number directly. Also, you can see that this 4 comes from this subarray. The important point here is, if we are taking a new number directly, it means we are starting a new subarray. Or in other case, if we are adding, then we are continuing our subarray. You can see that we have taken this 2 directly here. This is the start of the new subarray. Or in these two cases, we have added. It means we have continued our subarray. So we have reached 4 here. Now we have a positive element. So we add. Once again we have positive element. So we add again. Now we have a negative element. So we are taking the new number directly and starting a new subarray. Now we have a positive element, so we add, and again a positive element, so we add and finish that array with a positive element, so we add again. Now we are at the end of the problem. The maximum subarray sum is the maximum of this array, and it is 9. And this 9 comes from this subarray 3 minus 1 7. So whenever we are adding a new number, we are continuing our subarray, or if we are starting a new number, then we are starting a new subarray. Whenever we are solving a dynamic programming problem, we want to check what is the best answer if we have only one element in the array, and what is the best answer if we have two elements in the array, and use that to solve the problem. Now let's see the algorithm of this approach. Consider nums as the input array. Since the maximum subarray sum of a single element array is itself, we are storing the first element of the array to current sum and maximum. Next, we are iterating the for loop from 1 to its length. In this step, we are checking if current sum is greater than 0, or we are checking current sum is positive. If current sum is positive, we are adding the new number with the current sum, or else we are putting the new number directly into the current sum. This condition will get executed only if the current sum is negative. So in this step, instead of creating a new array to keep track of the current sum on every iteration, we can get the maximum of current sum on every iteration. So it reduces the space of creating a new array. The algorithm we have seen thus far is Kadamni's algorithm, and it takes linear time and constant space. If you feel this video is helpful to you, please share it with your coding community. Liking to this video and subscribing to my channel will motivate us to create more videos.